Next up on Sunday, Tom Brady, well, he lost to the Steelers for the first time since 2011. He did some very un-Brady-like things, including a horrible attempt to throw the ball out of bounds that was picked off in the fourth quarter. NFL analyst and future Hall of Famer Charles Woodson, who also played at Michigan with Brady, he thinks father time has finally met the 41-year-old. Woodson said this: "I just think the NFL is catching up to Tom Brady. I think he's actually starting to feel all the hits, all the sacks of the NFL. It happens to every player. It happened to myself as a player. At some point in time, it just catches up with you." Shannon.
There we go.
Is he right?
It's not the NFL. It's father time. And I've said this, and the thing is, now I've been ahead of the curve with this.
Yeah.
But see, for me, I guess because Charles played with Tom at Michigan, and you know, Tom is viewed a little different than Shannon. He's not going to get called a hater. But when I point something out, I'm a hater. But you know what? That's okay. I deal with it. I deal with it. I don't mind being called a hater. It's just called this natural thing called old age. And it happens. Because think about it. Teams try to get off of players once they get to 30. They say they're starting to slip. But Tom Brady is different. Tom Brady, if that's the case, why not hire more 41-year-olds to play in the NFL?
Because there's only one like this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But this is what we know. Over his last 7 games, Tom Brady's thrown 8 touchdowns. 20 quarterbacks have more touchdowns in that span. Eli Manning, Dak Prescott, Mitchell Trubisky. Just for argument here, Pat Mahomes has 23 over that same time span. This is where Tom Brady ranks in completion. You keep talking about Aaron Rodgers and this, that. Tom Brady is 18th in completion percentage, 11th in yards per attempt. He's tied for 10th in touchdown passes. That's Tom Brady, but he's not slipping. When have you ever seen Tom Brady have these kind of numbers this late in the season? But I want to show you something that happened last night in the game. What Drew Brees did and what Tom Brady did on Sunday. DJ, drop that track for me right quick.
There we go. I can't compete with this.
And you know I don't.
I'm sunk. I can't win this debate
I don't
now.
like the break. Look at this. Now Julius Peppers hit Drew Brees in his chops. And you see him step into that throw. Look at this. No, I'm gonna take it in the chops.
Drew Brees ain't gonna last much longer.
Whoa. Look at this hit. That's Julius Peppers. That's 6'6", 285 down the pipe. Look at Tom Brady. Look at Tom Brady.
What did
look at this here. Look at this here.
What did Drew Brees throw for last night?
Like when you bring research.
Yeah, that's all I'm talking about. As you get paid.
Aren't you the same guy who... Wait, just 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, you just blasted Drew Brees for the last 3 games. You said he was pretty pathetic, right?
Tom Brady's been pathetic over the last 7 games. But this is not your turn, Skip Bayless. I'm not going to let you do this. This is my turn to talk now. This is not your turn. This is my turn. All I'm saying is that when you play this game long enough, you lose your stomach to take those shots in the chops. Charles Woodson is absolutely right. As you start to get old, Jenny, those licks start to hurt a little bit more. Then you start to feel them, they start to wear on you. I don't care how much you can do to split. I don't care how pliable you are. When you take enough hits to the chops, and we saw it front and center, you lose your nerve. Tom Brady is losing his nerve.
Tom Brady, you heard it. You've lost your nerve.
Hey,
it's okay.
You see, because what happens is that when you try to critique an all-time great player, the first thing everybody will say, he has 5 rings. Well, I'm not critiquing him trying to take the rings away.
Sure.
This is why, see, for me, I didn't even know what he said this, because I'd never listened to sound, and I don't watch other shows that might have a debate that he and I might talk. So I don't know what's being said. I'm talking about what I see. And the one thing they can tell you about Shannon Sharp, as any coach that coached me, and I write down notes. You know what, Skip? I watch film, and I write down everything Gary Kubiak said. I wrote down everything Shane Gailey said, everything Matt Cavanaugh said. Because if something didn't happen in the game, I want to be able to come back and show you. So I was very, very attentive to detail. Watch the tape. All you got to do is watch the tape. And you tell me Tom Brady is still the same guy, that he still has the stomach to stand in the pocket, look down, and rush out traffic, and stand there and take it. He is not, and the numbers back me up. He's a 5-time Super Bowl champ. He's a 3-time league MVP. But he's lost his stomach to take those hits.
Tell me when you're
Just
finished.
take your time and do what you need to do.
By the way, I wrote down everything Bill Walsh told me, and then I wrote down everything Jimmy Johnson told me, and then everything Tom Landry told me, and I see absolutely no aging in 141-year-old Tom Brady. And this whole debate just, it amuses me because it's so silly, and you're going to look so bad, and I feel sorry for you and Charles Woodson and all the ex-stars who are clearly just jealous of a 41-year-old who's playing at a supremely high level, far past their ability to play at supremely high levels at other positions that were much more injurious and dangerous to play than quarterback is.
If you play in the NFL, you're playing at a high level because there's only 1,500 people do of 7 billion what you do. But is Tom Brady playing at top? Because like you tell me, Skip, you say when we critique and judge GOATs, we'll hold him to the highest standard. Is he playing at that standard with these numbers? A simple yes or a simple no will suffice.
It's my turn and I'm talking.
I guess that means no.
I have heard this for at least 5 years, 7 years, 8, 9 years. It's always, this isn't fair, the ex-players. This isn't fair. Tom Brady can't play this way. He flinches, he ducks, he's losing his nerve. He's not taking the career-threatening shots in the pocket. It's not fair. This is football. It's a hard game, and he's avoiding the danger. It's not fair. He can't keep playing this long. I've heard it so long, and I'm going to hark back to a quote that I mentioned yesterday, but I looked it up, and I'm going to read it right now because I love Ryan Clark, but this was uttered on ESPN back in May 7th of 2013. This is 5 years ago, and this is what my friend Ryan Clark, ex-Pittsburgh Steelers star, said of Tom Brady. He said, when Tom Brady gets pressure and when you're man-to-man and bumping those guys and making it hard for him to throw, he sees ghosts, said Ryan Clark. Even when guys aren't around him, even when he's not about to be sacked, when his clock goes off in his head and that ball should be out, we'll see him duck. We'll see him flinch. When you get Tom Brady doing that, the whole New England Patriots mystique goes away. That was 2013. That was a long time ago. And since then, Tom Brady played the greatest fourth quarter we'd ever seen in a Super Bowl against the Legion of Boom after the 2014 season. And then he played the greatest fourth quarter in overtime in the comeback against Atlanta. And then just last Super Bowl, he threw for an all-time playoff record 505 yards in a Super Bowl game. That's what he did after he's seen ghosts, according to Ryan Clark. And do you know how many times I've heard that he's lost his nerve, that he's fading, that he's finally showing his age? It goes on and on. I have to go back to 2005. Do you remember he lost to Jake Plummer at Denver? And that's when whoa, it's my turn. That's when I first heard Tom Brady's losing it. And then in 2009, he lost a home playoff game 33-14 to Ray Rice and company. He managed only 14 points against the Ravens, turned around 1 year later and lost to Mark Sanchez at home in Foxborough. And then in 2012, he lost to Baltimore, scoring only 13 points at home. And dare I even bring up the classic turning point game in early 2014 when they went to Kansas City and lost 41-14. That was the we're on to Cincinnati game, said Bill Belichick. But that was the night everybody said, you know, it's just sad and pathetic to watch Tom Brady because he's washed up. So what happened this year? Look at what he's been through. Belichick traded away Brandon Cooks, who was his best receiver last year. Am I right about that?
That should have no effect on Tom Brady if he's that guy.
Then he let go Danny Amendola, didn't want to re-sign him, so he signed him.
Should have no effect if Tom Brady's that guy.
Those were his two best receivers a year ago.
But he's Tom Brady. He don't need receivers. Remember, he take those guys from Dorchester. That's what you tell me.
There's no more Martellus Bennett this year, who was pretty effective last year. And Deion Lewis, did he not like to flip it in emergencies to Deion Lewis?
Got James White.
You know, well, boy, Deion Lewis was explosive, probably a little quicker and faster than James White.
James White caught 14 passes for over 120 yards and a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Then we go through this training camp, and Malcolm Mitchell is cut, and then they try Eric Decker, and he's cut, and then my man Jordan Matthews from Vanderbilt. And I thought, okay, Brady's got, no, he's cut too. And it felt like Belichick was trying to sabotage Tom Brady. That's what, look at all those receivers who are gone. And finally, after Edelman missed the first 4 games, they go get what's left of Josh Gordon when Cleveland finally said, that's enough. And I think, okay, maybe finally they can sort of, bring back what's left of Josh Gordon, and maybe he'll be just a semblance of Randy Moss and give Brady something to throw to. And on the last play of the game at Pittsburgh, he wasn't even on the field. I don't know if he's been doghoused. I don't know what's happened, but he caught 1 ball against Pittsburgh. 1 ball, that's all you got. And by your own concession, Rob Gronkowski is just this broken down, pathetic shell of himself, and that's all you're throwing to now? So who else is there?
Whoa. Time out. Did Tom Brady not beat the Atlanta Falcons, play the greatest fourth quarter in overtime without Rob Gronkowski? Did he not throw for 5? Did he not throw for the most? Hold on, time out.
He had other guys.
Wait a minute. That's my turn.
I'm not sure what's left here.
Whoa.
I thought it was still my turn.
No.
I think I got rudely interrupted.
No, you conceded the floor to me.
I did not.
Yes, you did, Skip Bayless. Now, you just told me that he threw for the most yards in the 99-year history of the NFL in the playoffs.
He did.
Did he have Julian Edelman? Now, all of a sudden, 7 games.
Wait, did he have Brandon Cooks in that game? No, he left early with a concussion. I don't know how he did.
And he still threw for 505. So again...
And he was throwing to Chris Hogan, whose 7-Eleven always closed. He's the one 7-Eleven that closes every day.
Hold on.
You can't even get in it.
Hold on. In the Super Bowl last year, Chris Hogan went over 100 yards.
I know. That's the last I've seen of him.
Oh, that's the last.
Have you seen him this year? I saw one little burst against Pittsburgh.
Again, and this is what happens when you critique an all-time great. Now, very few people are willing to critique a all-time great. See, me, I don't care. You know why? Because I sit at the desk across from this man every day and we debate topics. I'm never going in the field to interview anybody. See, those guys have to be very careful because if you critique the all-time greats too harshly, they won't do an interview with you. They won't sit down with you. I don't give a damn if they talk to Shannon Sharp.
Nor do I.
But see, Skip Bayless, what he tries to do is he tried to flip it and said, you're jealous. Charles Woodson has a Heisman Trophy. Charles Woodson is a Defensive Player of the Year. Charles Woodson has the Super Bowl ring.
What happened to Charles Woodson when he played against Tom Brady in a playoff game at Foxborough? The bridge got burned. The ties got cut because he got tuck ruled. And he was the one who caused the fumble. So he still hasn't forgiven Tom Brady for getting away with that.
Tom didn't pick up the flag. That's what it was. Tom didn't pick up the flag.
That's why he's...
No, he's not. Skip, you got to stop.
It's okay to be a little resentful.
You know what
It's okay.
Jenny, this is what I've learned, and I wrote this down. We really listen to what we want to hear. If you notice, when you want to find information, where can I go to get the information that I want to hear?
True.
Shannon Sharp gonna give it to you filtered, uncut. Skip Bayless, that way.
Are you saying mine's filtered?
Yeah, you filtered.
I'm filtered?
You gave Dak Prescott.
Wait, do you think I care what anybody says? Do you think I want to interview anybody? No, I don't interview anybody.
Neither of you guys don't
Zero.
care about that.
You interviewed.
Zero.
Hold on, time out. You didn't interview Tim Tebow?
Yeah, once.
Oh, whoa, time out.
And he requested that I interview him.
Hey, now, why would he do that? Why would he? That's not what Skip Bayless does. Why would he request Skip Bayless and not something? Come on, Skip.
That's a good sign.
Time out, Jenny.
Do you think I cared whether I interviewed him?
I want you to say again, because I was talking and they didn't hear you. Why did he request Skip? He was what?
Because he was comfortable with it.
Oh, they ain't gonna get comfortable.
That's a good sign.
Because I was the only one who supported him as he made everybody else.
My job ain't here.
Wait. I was the only one who supported him when nobody else did, and everybody else looked foolish, including Shannon Sharp. Am I right? Am I right?
But my job, I'm not here to support anybody. I'm here to give you the facts, uncut and truth.
Yeah, I resent that. I resent that.
What?
I do. I resent that notion. Do you think I'm trying to play to people like I'm trying to... Wait. Have I ever talked to Tom Brady once in my life?
I don't know.
No. I resent that. I do. I seriously. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I don't like that.
Skip, don't
You crossed the line.
Skip,
I'm sorry. I don't talk to anybody. I have never spoken one word to Tom Brady. Never tried to call him. Never asked to interview him.
Hold on, wait a
one
minute.
time. Have I ever talked to Dak Prescott except on this show when he came on the show? No. Sorry.
Hold on, time out.
No. You can't get away with that. Sorry.
Hold on, time out. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
No.
Hold on.
I'm not going to hold it.
You're going to sit here and tell me I'm a hater. I'm jealous of Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think
and because you comfortable with Tim Tebow, I don't care.
What are you talking about? Have I ever talked to Tim Tebow since I interviewed him?
You're going to sit here and question a Hall of Famer with 3 Super Bowls and talk about I'm jealous of Tom Brady?
Yes, because you have to stop at 35.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a whole different world.
And just because you Tim Tebow comfortable and you love Tim Tebow and Tom Brady, so I don't care if you resent it.
I like them as players, but I don't like them off the field.
All right.
Resent it.
We're going to leave it for now. We're going to talk about the Eagles, if they're better with Nick Foles or Carson Wentz.